Languages are one of the most overlooked tools in D&D. But if you've ever wondered how to make your world feel alive, your NPCs more engaging, and your players fully immersed in the narrative, then you're in the right place. But here's the thing, you don't need to be a linguist or spend hours creating complex conlangs to make it work. From simple usage to more advanced techniques, today I'm going to walk you through 3 easy steps to bringing languages into your game. By the end of this video, you'll see how this built-in tool can elevate your gameplay, deepen immersion, and make your campaigns unforgettable. I'm Josh, the Creator Bard. Welcome back to the Tavern, where we tell the best stories together. Let's start simple. Just use the languages. I know it sounds obvious, but no matter how cool or intricate something is, it can't enrich the game if it's not actually in the game. Think about it. If you've created a world that has Titan dragon gods that descend from the heavens and interact with the primaterial plane as part of its lore, but the players never actually encounter it, it's gonna feel like wasted potential. Players often choose languages for thematic or utilitarian reasons. Whether it's the rogue who learned Undercommon for those shady dealings with Underdark trade caravans, or a wizard who learned Draconic in order to gain secret knowledge from the dragons or read ancient scrolls written only in that language. The key is to give them opportunity to use these choices. Introduce an NPC who doesn't speak Common and watch as the players flounder trying to figure out who speaks that language, what language it is, and how they can best communicate.
Dory, this is not whale. You're speaking like upset stomach.
Maybe I should try humpback.
No, don't try humpback.
Drop ancient texts or runes into the world that require translation. So then either one or more of your players feels really cool for knowing ahead that they would somehow need this language, or choose a language that none of the player characters do know, so that you can introduce some intrigue about something now, but keep that resolution till a little bit later, when the party's level can handle it. This is actually a great way to introduce new NPCs, or give the players a unique roleplay opportunity in setting aside time to learn another language. Try adding graffiti or signs that only 1 or 2 of the characters can read. You can make this a regional thing where all of the signs are in that one language, or you can make it kind of an out-of-place thing. It's odd that this is here, where it shouldn't necessarily be. Maybe that introduces some more intrigue, and the players can chase down a plot hook, or again, another NPC. You see how utilizing languages in just these very easy and simple ways can promote roleplay, introduce NPCs, help the players chase down plot hooks, and further your story? And it also makes players feel like their choices matter. It's a small effort on your part, but a big payoff to them. Now let's add some cultural flavor with greetings and goodbyes. Every language reflects the culture it comes from, and a simple way for you to bring that into your game is through how people greet each other or say farewell.
Hi, family.
Think about how this varies even in the real world. Some might say good morning, while others use phrases like what's up, how's it going, even have you eaten yet? In your world, halflings might say good day for both greeting and goodbye, a practical little simplicity. Dwarves could say strength and honor when greeting someone, and keep your axe sharp when they part. Meanwhile, a seafaring culture might greet with fair winds and bid farewell with smooth waters ahead. These small linguistic quirks make the world feel alive. Plus, encouraging players to adopt these greetings adds an extra layer of immersion. If their characters are sensitive to culture and practices of other peoples, they might try to integrate those greetings and goodbyes into their own vocabulary. Or, if they use the wrong ones, NPCs might immediately recognize them as outsiders, leading to interesting roleplay opportunities. My best advice on these greetings and goodbyes is to keep a list of some culturally and linguistically appropriate greetings and goodbyes for some of the major cultures within your world, whether that be certain regional dialects or overarching lineage-based languages. Just keep a list by you, and then when those things come up, you have a quick reference for what an elf might say, or what a person from Bal Shadur might say, or maybe a particular greeting for a member of an arcane or religious sect. But what if you want to take this even further? Well, that's where the third level comes in. And here's where languages go from cool to absolutely epic, using real-world languages, existing conlangs, or even creating your own. First, if you and/or one of your players knows another language, why not adapt it for your game? Spanish or French could become Elvish. German or Russian might make a great Dwarven language. This not only saves you time, but also adds depth with minimal effort. I heard a story once of a table at a school club or something, where one of the players mostly spoke only Spanish. Their English was only so-so. The DM was bilingual. And so, Spanish became the Elvish language for them, because that was on the character sheet of that player. A brilliant way to integrate language into your game, make player choices feel meaningful, and be inclusive of everyone at the table. If you don't know any other languages, or you don't feel like the languages you do know fit, consider using an established conlang. Tolkien's Sindarin or Martin's Dothraki are fantastic starting points. They already feel authentic and immersive, and they're already written, and using them ties in your world to a broader linguistic tradition, one that most players are already familiar with. They know the sounds and some of the words, perhaps. And again, with minimal effort, you're adding to immersion and bringing players into the story of your world. Finally, if you want to go all in and absolutely make something new and perfectly tailored to your world, try creating your own language. It is not as hard as it seems. Stay with me. Start small. Focus on a few key words or phrases, basic grammar rules, or even just a unique alphabet for visual cues. Something that I've done in some of my games is translated players' spells, so when they cast, they have their verbal components in their chosen casting language. Whether that be Celestial for a cleric, Druidic or Sylvan for a druid, Infernal or Abyssal for a warlock. Just remember, if you start small, you don't need to be a linguist to make this work. Even small efforts can leave a huge impression. There are, however, some challenges to using languages in your game. Here's how to avoid some common pitfalls. Don't overwhelm yourself or your players. Start small. Too many languages, too many words, too many grammar rules all at once can be confusing and frustrating. So give yourself and your players a break and just drop in little bits at a time. Also, balance the focus. Don't let the linguistics or some kind of language puzzles dominate the game. Use them as flavor, use them for occasional challenges, but as DMs we have to make sure that sometimes we rein our creativity back in. Some things that may just be our favorite thing ever might not be for everyone. We've got to make sure to balance the focus on different things. If a game was all combat, I would never play in it. If a game was all roleplay, I have friends who would never play in it. If a game is all exploration, play an I Spy book. The point being, make sure that you're not overloading your game with one type of content, one type of challenge, one thing in general. D&D covers a wide scope of play. It's one of the reasons why I really love this game. So make sure that it's balanced. By keeping these things in mind, you can ensure that languages enhance the experience without overwhelming your table. So maybe you just want to start with basic usage of languages in your game. That's totally fine. Go and do that. And let me know how you do it in the comments. I really, really love to hear what you guys have to say. Maybe you want to go that step deeper and add in cultural flavor with greetings and goodbyes. Or perhaps you want to explore real-world languages, conlangs, or even create your own. Perhaps translating those common greetings and goodbyes, maybe some verbal spell components, or creating puzzles with these languages that only some players will be able to solve. But no matter how you want to use languages in your game, if you really want to jump down that rabbit hole and make amazing languages for your game, you're going to need one more thing. You're going to need to know how to do it. And I have made a video on that. You can find it right here. So go ahead and click that link, follow it to the next video. And till next time, guys, gotta roll.